Hello, and welcome back to Toledo Aquaponics. This is day 29. I just kind of wanted to do a brief update. I know this is a hydroponic system. I talked about it in my yesterday video that I was putting this together, and I have it up and running. So I kind of wanted just a brief tour. The plants in here are basically a decent cross-section of what I'm planting in both my hydroponic systems outside as well as my aquaponics system. So this will give me a decent kind of control, as well as this will give me a place to overwinter some plants where basically, as the winter comes, there's some that I potentially may lose. So I'll be able to basically transplant some of the mother plants in here, or at the very least clone them and get a couple in here, so that way, even if I lose the system outside in terms of the plants, I'll be able to recover all of that. The system's relatively simple. It's a fast fit 2x4 tray stand with a 2x4 grow tray and a 20-gallon reservoir. Honestly, a 30-gallon would probably have been fine too, but the 20-gallon is just fine for my little drip system. This is a drip irrigation system. I have 2 stakes per block. It's fed off of a single 1/2-inch line, which I have a little ball valve there so I can cut the flow to the whole thing if I need to. And that'll come into play later when I talk about my drain to waste. But I have 2 stakes each one just in case they get clogged, which is overkill, but it just kind of ensures that I don't end up with any issues like that. It's a single 1/2-inch line with a bunch of these little 1/4-inch lines, and then they just go to drip stakes. I have a decent cross-section of plants, everything from lettuces, kales, a couple flowering plants, as well as a couple of those sugar snap peas that have been growing so well, some of the different herbs. I even have a little bit of lemongrass, which I know is a waste in this system, but I figured I'd grow it anyways. I like it in my tea. So the system itself is a drip irrigation. I have, it's basically being controlled by, I have a Titan Controls Apollo 9. I'm currently set to irrigate basically 4 times a day. And a quick rule of thumb as far as the irrigation to kind of figure out how long you want to do that. Pull one of your dripper stakes out and see how long it fills, how much liquid it fills up in a container within 60 seconds. And then take about 20% of that. And once you see about 20% of that come in your drain, your drain from the system, that's basically roughly about what your time is. So in 60 seconds, the system fills up about, I think it was 8 ounces. So times that by 20 stakes, and then basically that gives me my overall flow rate. And then basically once I've gone 20% of that, that's when I set my timer down. Now that's about 45 seconds right now. So, and that's mostly with a wet block, so I'll have to time that back in later. In probably about a week or so, I'll kind of readdress that and kind of see where I stand on that. Right now I'm irrigating 4 times a day, and basically the first one's timed around when I wake up, and then 4 hours from then, 4 hours from then, and 4 hours again. So I have one when I first wake up and one a couple hours after I get home. And I'll probably time this a little bit better, but I'll kind of run from there. And then I have a Active Aqua dual diaphragm air pump, which is powering 2 4-inch stones that are in my reservoir, as well as I'm using an Active Aqua 160 GPH pump to make my life a little bit easier on myself. Sorry, excuse me for that. I put in a drain to waste. So this blue valve here, if I close the green one up top and open the blue one, I can actually drain out, that actually goes out through my wall, and my sump for my basement's actually on the other side there. So I can basically just use my one pump to completely drain my reservoir, and then I just run a hose from the other room, which is my washroom, into here to be able to fill everything back up. I would strongly recommend these the Blue Lab combo meters. These are great even for aquaponics. So these just have leads that are submersible. You just leave them in the sump, and then you just pull them out, hit pH, kicks on, give it a minute or so. Okay, my pH is 6.1, 6.2, 6.2. My nutrients are about 1060 ppms, and my water temperature is 65, which down here it should stay about 65 year round. So that's kind of just a brief overview of the system. I am currently using a T5 fluorescent light. There's 4 T5 lights in here. That's a 4-foot array. I'm going to be replacing this with a LED light that I'm very excited about, and when that gets in I will do a video update on that. That is currently not on a timer. I will be putting a timer down here eventually for the light to set up like an 18-hour daylight cycle, but right now I'm just running it 24/7 because the Apollo, even though it has 2 outputs, I can't change the time on like which one runs. So I can't say, I'll only run this one sometimes and this one the other. So I'm going to have to put another Titan Controls Apollo down here to be able to control my lighting. So that's just kind of a brief update today of the hydroponic system I put together yesterday. And thank you.